Our next innovator is Ekit. Please welcome the CEO, John Diamond, and the COO, Andrew McDonald.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ekit's the leading communications provider to international travellers and the travel industry. Ekit sells a very broad range of communication services, which you can see on the screens before you. But the primary products we sell are international roaming SIM cards that basically enable travellers to make significant savings on calling costs, text costs, and also data costs while you're travelling overseas. Rail Europe is an example of one of Ekit's 350 global affiliate partners, where essentially they provide us with access to their customers, and we have a revenue share arrangement with them. That's sort of enough background on us, but we really wanted to provide you with an overview of Ekit's travel journal service, which Andrew's going to be helping me to demonstrate today. Probably before I dive into the details of how the travel journal actually works and what the service is, I thought I'd talk a little about some of our design objectives in creating this product. There were really four. We wanted to create an automatic travel journal that essentially created an automatic record of your trip as you travelled around the world. The service had to be global. The service had to work in 100 countries. It had to be designed for absolutely everyone. You know, that it wasn't a service that technical savvy people like yourselves could only use, but a service that my parents who are in their 60s would be able to use. And lastly, it would be a service that would make it really easy for friends and family to stay in touch and to be able to communicate with you while you're travelling on the road. So those were the design objectives. With regard to sort of what's different about this service, one of the really key things is that the service automatically creates an entry of where you are every day based on your calling and texting that you do while you're travelling. So using the most basic of text handsets, like the one Andrew has here, a really basic style of text handset, doesn't have data, doesn't have GPS. Each and every day, whenever you make a call or send a text, we're able to determine your location and plot that on this site. Essentially geotagging every text and call you make and any photos while you're travelling that you may upload to the travel journal. And lastly, given we're a telecommunications company, we thought we'd make it easy to be able to communicate while you're travelling by essentially enabling you to press a button to make a call, press a button to send a text, and family and friends can actually see if your phone's on while you're travelling. So on the screen, if my family were to want to look at the travel journal which I've created, they'd see that I'm currently located in Hollywood. Last time I used the phone was an hour and 20 minutes ago, and my current balance. If they wanted to, they could press a button to be able to make a call, to be able to call me direct from their computer, or they could send a text, or they could view my detailed travel journal. And if they wanted to view my detailed travel journal, they'd see a view like this, which is essentially each day an entry is being created. So yesterday, when I arrived in Hollywood, my pretty basic text-based mobile phone was able to get picked up by the local mobile network, and it was able to determine that I was in Hollywood. From the SIM card's location relative to cell towers, we're able to then apply relevant information and content. So the service knew I was in Hollywood. It then attached a Hollywood photo automatically, and also the weather. So I've done absolutely nothing, and this journal entry's been created that my friends and family can see. You can also see, previously, last week I was in Australia, and you can also see it must have been a month or so ago, I was actually in Toronto, and I was doing a demonstration of the travel journal service and did a text-based post. So I essentially sent a text to the travel journal. In this case, it was a demonstration of the journal to Dave. I was actually down on the waterfront in Toronto, and again, it brought up a photo of Toronto and the weather during the day. And lastly, there's a detailed view. So you can do both text as well as web updates, go to the site, add additional information and photos. And what Andrew's going to do while I continue to talk is do several posts, both text and photo. So a detailed view, so if you're so inclined, and I suppose we have different types of users. Some people want to do absolutely nothing and just essentially have the travel journal create a record without them doing anything. Others will want to be very involved and active. About a month or so ago I was in London on the weekend, had a bit of time, and on the Saturday went down to the Borough Market, which is a fabulous produce market in the south of London. I had a coffee, started doing a basic sort of text update to the journal, and then came back later on and added some additional text. You're able to see where I was in South London, and I was able to take some pictures and upload those to the journal. In this case, the 3-foot high pile of brownies caught my attention, the cheese sandwiches, and the chorizo sausage. Not that I'm a foodie or anything. I was then able to post that to my travel journal. My sister actually checked this out and said she was incredibly jealous that she had to miss out on the 3-foot pile high of brownies. So that's an example of I suppose a detailed text that you can go in and create within the travel journal. There's also a map view, so you can see over the last couple of months where I've been. All of these entries again have been created automatically. I haven't done any work to create these journals, these entries. And you can then drill into the map, and on any one of those entries you're able to pick up any relevant information. So I've arrived in Hollywood, and you can pick up photos and other relevant information. There's also a gallery view, and again each of these photos is also geotagged. They've been geotagged automatically, so if I go over a photo which is in London, you can see that the photo there is geotagged, or if I go over a photo in Tokyo, you can again see its location. If I now go back to that detailed journal view and refresh the page, hopefully we'll see some entries that Andrews will have been sending. There we go. So you can see Andrew's done a text post here, so he's just from a very basic text handset has sent a text to me saying at the conference having fun, and again it's pulled down relevant location information like the picture and the weather, and he's actually also posted a picture of you guys. Not a terribly good photo, but you can see how bright the lights are up here. So that's a very quick overview of the journal. Now, what does it cost? The travel journal actually comes to all of our customers at no cost. It's for free whenever you purchase an Ekit SIM card. If you want to use this service with your own mobile and your own SIM, then you can do so with the Ekit Travel Journal Open service. In terms of the value to our distribution partners, we think there's a range of value which we can provide to our distribution partners' customers. We think we make it very easy for their customers to share their travel experiences, and we hope that this will inspire their family and friends to also go travelling. We get lots of good feedback from parents about how much better they feel about their kids travelling from a safety and security perspective. We have lots and lots of feedback from parents in their 50s and 60s that feel really good that they've been able to keep in contact with their children without necessarily having to be nagging them and calling them, but they can see that they're okay by going to the journal. It does generate an ongoing revenue stream, so for all of our distribution partners, every time a SIM is sold, a call is made or a text is sent, then they're sharing in that revenue which is being generated by this service. And lastly, we think in the future this will be a platform that will enable our distribution partners to be able to communicate more effectively with their customers while they're on the road. So that's a very quick overview of the journal, I suppose our thinking that's gone into it, and would really welcome the opportunity to speak with you about the potential for this application for your own customers. We think it has a very broad range of applications, many of which we're really just coming to grips with and trying to understand. So we'd really welcome the opportunity to discuss the relevant applications for your customers. So please come and see us across the hall at the Ekit booth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ekit.